Debuting in Meta Rot 9, it is the latest of the cat-type series and by far, in addition, the only male of the series. It is CAT-04M Twintailcat, with a kit of Stealth, Double Fire, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Through Fight, which gives a chance for melee attacks to ignore defense and bypass shields when attacking. Now, as a model that's available in the permanent pool, very likely new players and veterans alike have encountered this cat type more than once, one or two, a few, maybe a million times by now, who knows. So they're definitely very well aware and very likely have this full set sitting in their inventory somewhere or another. But all the same, at first glance, he may not seem like much, but that's honestly where letting the cat out of the bag definitely shows where his true viability is. Stealth is a support-based skill that once activated will make him untouchable for his next turn, unless of course he's already being targeted. While also in stealth mode, he also is able to bypass any shields that are in play, guaranteeing that who he's targeting is the one he is going to attack, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right and left arm of fire attacks are ailment-based attacks that also deal damage over time effects to the enemy, which means that as long as the effect stays active on the target, they will progressively lose a little bit of HP every tick of the clock, or every few steps or so, until the HP is brought down to 1. While they may not be capable of breaking any parts en masse, say with pierce damage, it does make it a lot easier for Twintailcat or even someone or even an ally of his to come up behind him and finish the job with a very strong nuking skill, or even in some rare cases an AoE skill like say a hammer or a missile or something of the like that will at that point be guaranteed to break at least something on it. Biped legs means that Twintailcat will have very moderately good coverage across all terrains, arguably one of the best and most diverse when it comes to the leg types, so you really will have no trouble moving back and forth across the line in almost every terrain except a small handful. And the Through Fight ability actually works more so to Twintailcat's advantage than you'd initially think, given that stealth basically will guarantee that he will be touching who he's attacking no matter what. Through Fight, when fully capped, is basically a 50-50 chance of the exact same thing to a point, which means that if, say, you run out of head uses, Through Fight means that you'll be dealing just a little bit extra damage when going in for that strike, but if there's a shield in play, again, you will be bypassing it as if it weren't even there, making this cat a lot swifter and a lot more agile than people would think at first glance. That being said, as a pure set score, I do have to rate Twintailcat a moderately solid 5 out of 10, say a middle-of-the-road kind of bot in this case. Good to have, good to raise, but unfortunately when it comes to late-game content, probably will be where he falls short. Given that current meta definitely puts an emphasis on making sure ailments are not evident in the battle through, say, something like stat cleanse or something of the like, that honestly is going to be one of Twintailcat's biggest weaknesses in this point, given that neither of his attacks deal pierce damage, and in addition, they are both the exact same ailment, no less. It does kind of tie into the redundancy argument just a little bit, which means, assuming stat cleanse is not evident on the field, once everyone's inflicted with fire, that's kind of it, and he's just going to be there to kind of maintain it and keep it going. As mixed parts, though, I do have to rate him just a little bit higher at a 6.5 out of 10. The extra agility that you can get from stealth and biped legs with Through Fight means you can make a very solid combo of a dedicated melee fighter, ailment fighter, or nuker, or so on, very easily with very good flexibility between those legs and that head alone. And then you could mix the arms up with, say, keep one and then give a different ailment for the other arm if you want to make a dedicated ailment fighter, or use the legs on your dedicated melee nuker and to guarantee that you can get the higher chance for that defense ignore and that defense bypass. All the same, as a permanent based model, again, for early game content, he probably will be very solid to hold on to, but when it comes to later game content, it'd be kind of up to your own discretion if you choose to raise him or not.